Hi guys, so today's video is about working at McDonald's. So basically working at McDonald's, so the way that they do it is you go in. Well, the way that I did it was I went in. No, I applied online first. I applied online to my McDonald's, which is right down the street. And I waited about 2 days, and then I gave them a call back. When I gave them a call back, I said, hey, I did an application online. I was wondering when I could come in for an interview. Okay, the girl, the worker, she told me, she's like, oh, we're having open interviews tomorrow, so just come in around blah, blah, blah time. So I was like, oh, perfect. So I went in the next day. I was looking nice, of course, and I told them, I went to the front, and I told the worker, like, hey, I'm here for an open interview. I did an application online. So they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have you fill out this paper application. I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So I went to a table, I filled it out, and then I gave it back to a worker, and then they said, okay, the manager will be right with you. So I'm like, okay. So I did my interview, and then she actually hired me on the spot. Basically, she hired me on the spot because I'm just that good. So she was like, okay, take this piece of paper, and when you go to this location, give this to them, and then basically it's what do they call it? It's training. Basically, it was like training. So it was in like a week or so. I went. My amazing boyfriend took me all the way to Ontario, which is not close to where we live at all. So he's amazing for that. And so I went, and then it went to training, and basically training was the paper that she had given me at my interview was, it told me like what did I need to bring to the training. So basically I needed the shoes. I needed to provide my own shoes, non-slip shoes, my food handler's card, and what else? My photo ID, my ID, and then to know or write down your social. So I had all that, knew all that. Okay. So when I got to the training place in Ontario, they checked to see if we had the shoes, okay, and then they made sure that we were looking nice, and then we did a whole bunch of paperwork, like all the paperwork for taxes and blah blah blah. So we did that, and then it was a lot of us too. And so they asked us, they said us, it was like a classroom basically, and so we were all sitting in like an open square, and then the speakers were in front, and so they were asking us like, oh, what McDonald's are you gonna work at, blah blah blah. So we told them, and it was like a lot of us from a lot of different places too, like different cities and stuff. And so after that, they put on this fucking video about what they're about, it's a franchise and all that good shit. So to tell you guys that their chicken nuggets is real. It's not that pink slime whatever shit that was. It's Tyson chicken nuggets. I don't know if you guys know what Tyson is, but I sure know what Tyson is because it's at my Stater Brothers, and I've had Tyson meat before. There's that. Their yogurt is basically Chobani. I don't really eat yogurt, but I know the brand. I've seen it at Stater Brothers. And that's pretty much it. And their fries, I want to say that the video said that it was real potatoes. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. But yeah. Okay, so there's that, and then basically they told us that they gave us a paper and they said, put your name on this, sign it, date it, and then take it to whatever McDonald's you apply to, so that a manager can call you back for your actual first day and everything, and then you get a free meal with the paper. Because every day that you work, every day that you work at my McDonald's, they gave you a free meal. Whether you have it at your lunch, or if you come in early for your shift, you can have it then, or after you leave, you can take it with you or whatever. As long as you work, you get a free meal, period. So, but that was it. And it was from the fucking value meal anyway. So it was a small portion or whatever. So it was that, okay. And then I got that. I took it in the next day. I took my little paper into my McDonald's to the next day. I got my free meal, and then I went home because the training, it was like 2 hours, I guess, and you were paid for it basically. And then from that check, it was like $23, I think, some shit like that. Anyway, so turn that in the next day, and then about a week later, the manager calls me and she's like, okay, we're ready for your first day, come in and we're gonna actually train you in the store. So I'm like, oh, perfect, we have your uniform, come get it the day before you come into work. I'm like, oh, perfect, right? So I go in, it's the fucking ugliest uniform in the whole wide world. The pants barely fucking fit me. Like, oh my god, it was ridiculous. And so yeah, so my first day at work. After training, they tell you that your first day, you're gonna be trained on the spot by first your manager and then a worker. No. So my first day, I walked in there, I said, it's my first day, my name's blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, okay, perfect. Like, they were all like energetic and stuff, right? So a manager comes and she's like, I'm blah blah blah, nice to meet you, you're gonna have fun working here. And then she took me like around the whole store and she introduced me to everybody that was working that shift. So I was like, okay, that's cool, have me meet everybody, get everybody's names down or whatever. And then she showed me around to like where we eat, the break room, and where people go to do this and that, you know, just like a little bit, right? And I was like, okay, that's cool. Okay, we go back to the front, and she's like, she called my co-worker, this fucking girl, she was really nice to me though. I do give her that, she was really nice. Okay, she was basically my trainer, okay, and she told me that she had started like literally like 2-3 weeks ago, so she was still kind of new herself, you know. So the manager told her for me to shadow her. So basically I was to follow her around. Whatever she did, I did. And then she told her to put me on a cash register, help me with the cash register. So let me break this down for you guys. I walked in there, met people, seen where everything was, and then I got put on cash register. So listen. So the girl was like, okay, come over here. We went to the cash register and she did a transaction. Okay, her transaction was literally a guy ordered a Big Mac meal and 2 drinks. Something like that. So basic, right? So she showed me, she was doing it on the little computer thing. I was like, okay, cool, that seems so easy. Okay, so she's like, the next one, you go. So I'm like, okay. And I was like, are you gonna leave me? And she's like, no, I'll be right here. I was like, okay. So the computer's right here, my cashier's right here, and her register's right here. Okay, so I said, the next customer, I said, hi, welcome to McDonald's, my name is blah blah blah, what can I help you with today? Okay, and so, oh my god, this lady ordered damn near the whole menu, wanted substitutions for this to that, freaking wanted a la carte this, and I was literally stuck. Literally freaking stuck. I was like, what the fuck? Like, really? This is hard as fuck, and for my first day, like, by myself. And so the girl, while I had my first customer, she was also taking orders too. So she was kind of busy herself. So when I asked her, I was just like, I need help. And she's all like, okay, hold on. So I'm like, fuck, man. And I told my customer, I was like, I'm sorry, it's my first day. Like, literally my first day, you are my first customer. And so she's all like, she was impatient with me. And she's all like, okay, you should be trained on cashier before you actually get to cashier. And then, of course, in my head, I'm like, duh, like, that's what I thought this was gonna be, but I guess it's not. So there's that. That was my first customer. She was rude as fuck. I was barely freaking trained. especially barely trained to fucking handle that kind of order, complicated ass order. What else? Working there was so, I don't want to say it was all bad, because it was, but it was bad. But I mean, I met a lot of different people and stuff, and that was really cool. Kind of got out of my comfort zone and stuff. Met a lot of people, and some of the customers were actually like really cool. Like, even if I fucked up their order, they were like really cool. Like, some of them like understood, like, okay, she's new, like I'll give her a break or whatever, you know. And I was like, oh, I really love those customers. And what else? And then some of the customers, they were fucking rude. Like, I dead ass, I cried twice because customers were so rude to me. Like, legit cried at work. It was so sad. Like, oh my god. Like, when I used to get like picked up and stuff, like my mom, when she would tell me, she'd be like, you know, you have to go thick skin to work in fast food, you know, because you're messing with people's food, you know. Like, if you were going to McDonald's and they got your order wrong, you'd be mad as fuck, right? So there's that. What else? My managers, I think I had like, maybe I had one cool ass manager. She was cool. She was older, like she was like my mom's age, but like she was cool as fuck. Like she worked, like we were pretty much, most of the kids there, like we were kids, you know, and so she was pretty old, I guess, you know, and she was cool as fuck. And then the other managers, they were fucking bitches. I fucking swear to God, bitches. Like, well, like when if I got something wrong, they would be on my ass about it, like dead ass, like on my fucking ass, and I'm just like, oh my god. And the thing was, they called it what do you call it, criticism, but like constructive criticism. Okay, yeah, I can take constructive criticism, but at the same time, that's not what they were giving me, you feel me? Because like they just fucking threw me out there and expected me what to do, you know. And I'm just like, what the fuck, this is my first job, like what the fuck. But yeah. And then what else? I was working part-time, so at the most I worked like 5 hours, 5.5 hours or so. So I pretty much only got a 10-minute break. Was it paid? I got a paid 10-minute break, so that was pretty much it. And I had to eat in those 10 minutes if I chose to eat. What else? When people when people around me started figuring out like, oh, you work at McDonald's, like bring me home some fries, bring me home some cookies, like no, it was not like that. I could not bring you home any food type shit. I could not give out like a little discount and nothing like that. No. My coworkers, they were cool. Yeah, my coworkers were cool as fuck. You know, everybody was nice and stuff like that. Managers, most of the managers that I had, they were fucking bitches. And then the thing was, I applied for like early morning, right? So 5 o'clock, it opens at 5 o'clock, opening basically. I had to work opening, you know, whole morning. So the thing was, it was at 5 o'clock, it's a shift manager, a cooker, one cooker, a drive-through person, and then a front person. I was a front person, my coworker was drive-through, and then there was a cooker in the back, and then the shift manager. So when I was new, I'm talking about like 2-3 weeks in, I had my shift manager. She was helping me. Okay, I would be on cashier, I would take people's orders, and then she would see it on the screen, the cooker would cook it, and then she'd put it in the bag, she'd give it to me, and then I'd give it to them. Period. Really nice and simple, right? After those fucking 3 fucking weeks, I was all alone. When we had came in at 5 o'clock, the shift before, so at night, whoever closed did not do their job right. They didn't put nothing away, they didn't have nothing, you know, like it was ridiculous. So we had to do that on top of taking people's orders and shit. So it was kind of like, it was a drag. That was a big ass drag. So she would be busy restocking stuff and getting stuff ready, you know, for like morning and everything like that. And then I would just be up front, just taking people's orders, giving them their food and stuff like that. And it was so hard to me because I'm telling you, morning shift is hard as fuck. Like, it's fucking hard. Like, okay, 5, you rarely get customers. Mainly it's like in the drive-through, so I was okay. 6, still drive-through. 7, 8, 9, 10, like that's when people start fucking coming in because drive-through is so packed. So I was doing that, and I was by myself, and the line was all the way out the freaking door, like all the way out the building, and it was like really crazy. And then people are in the morning, you know, they have school or they have work or whatever, so they're just like, I need my food, like, come on, what are you doing? And I'm just like, oh my god, like it was crazy. And I know I'm probably being a little bitch about it, but at the same time is like, I can't force myself to do something that I don't like. I can't force myself to put my heart into something that I don't like. Like, that's just not me, like, at all. Like, at all. And fast food was just fucking not for me at all. Like, it wasn't. And the tea was, so there was this guy that I had two guys worked there, and they tried to get at me once upon a time, like flat, like in the back, not in the back, like they tried to get at me once upon a time. So when I realized that they worked there, it was kind of like, oh fuck, you know, like you just don't like to see people that you try to get at you, like you just don't like it. Like I don't like it anyway. So one of them, he had a big ass fucking crush on me and shit. Once upon a time, he was flirting me on Facebook and stuff. And then once he found out who I was dating, it got awkward as fuck, because it was just like history from them two, who I was dating and him. Like, they had history, like negative history. So since they had negative history, it was kind of like, it was awkward as fuck. So I think me and my boyfriend, we went through like the drive-through one day, and he gave us our food, and he realized, like, he noticed, like, oh, that's her, like, it's me, and then that's him. And so my next shift after that, like, usually he'd be like, he was so talkative, like he was really friendly. And since he did try to talk to me before, it was kind of awkward. It was awkward from the jump when we realized that we were working at McDonald's, the same McDonald's. So, but after he saw me with my boyfriend, like, it just got weirder. Like, he was like, he didn't talk to me. He would like he wouldn't look at me, like nothing, like, or if I was like if I needed help with something, or I didn't know where something was before that incident, he would like show me like where stuff was, and he would help me out. But after that, like, he didn't no like at all. And it was like very apparent that he wasn't fucking with me, which is fine. Like, I didn't really give a fuck anyway, but it was just like, damn, okay. And then the other guy, he and his little brother at one point tried to get at me, and him and his little brother tried to get at me at one point, and it just didn't happen, right? And so when he had figured out that I was working there, he thought, like, I don't know, but he got like what do you call it? Like, he thought that he was like big man on captain type shit. Like, he thought he was the shit. Like, cause I'm seeing him work or whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here. You're a cooker. Like, go back to your fucking grill or whatever the fuck they did over there back there. And I was just like, I don't understand. Like, cause once he figured out that I was fucking working there, like, he would bump into me if I was like at the fry station or something and he needed to get by. Like, he would bump into me and shit. He fucking look at me all fucking stupid and shit, and if I pass by, he like make noises and shit. Like, he was fucking, like, he was just a total dick, right? He was just a total dick. And I don't know if that's because I fucking rejected him back then or something like that, but I don't know. Actually, yeah, I do know. That's why. That's why he was a dick. Because I'm a very nice person. I don't give a fuck with anybody saying I'm a nice person. Like, when you first meet me, I'm nice as fuck. Like, no beef, no nothing. Like, I'm cool. I'm chill as fuck. But after he got rejected, he be feeling the vibes. And even this nigga lives, like, literally, like walking distance from my fucking house. So it's just like I see him and his fucking all his fucking brothers and shit. My hair. Okay, wait. Okay, so I see him and his fucking brothers and shit all the time passing by and shit, and it's just like, and like they fucking give me fucking dirty ass looks and shit. Like, they be mad dogging me and shit, and I'm just like, you're ugly, you're mad because you got fucking rejected. I don't give a fuck. Anywho, but yeah, so to sum it all up, McDonald's was a good experience. Really showed me that I'm not for the fast food business. The managers were fucking trash. Some of my coworkers were fucking trash. Some of my coworkers were good and fun. But overall, the experience, like, I wouldn't do it again. If my life depended on it, I would not do it again. And if I did do it again, it wouldn't be McDonald's. So that's that. But yeah.